In this video, we're going to show how to use the field design ramp feature to create a back slope so we can find the daylight point when excavating in the field. So currently we have a project. Let's say we're on the road top here, which is left and right edge of the road. Then there's a side slope to a toe, and then that runs, as you can see here, out into this field where we've built this, just a quick design for a farmer. So I'm just going to zoom in here. So basically what we want to do is we want to create a back slope from this hinge point, which is the center line of road. So I've highlighted it. We can see by the arrows it's moving to the north. So when we create our ramp surface, we want to hinge to the left. So we're going to go from this hinge point left at a 1-to-1 slope and create based off this line. So anywhere I drive along this road, I'll have a 1-to-1 slope coming off this hinge line here. So what we're going to do is go into our 3 bars, field design, we're going to go into ramp, and I'm just going to create back slope 1. We're going to use guideline. Then I'm going to select my hinge point, which is this location, hit next, and then we have the option to go left, right, or both. So I'm just going to stay to the left side. I'm just going to make it 10 meters wide. So we just want to have this lane width is just the from center line, how far are we going to that first hinge point, and we just want to make sure we have enough distance that we can daylight into the slope. So I'm going to go 10 meters, and if we select this, we have different options for importing the cross slope. So I'm just going to use the 1-to-1 feature, and I'm going to hit add. So now you can see we have a slope 1-to-1. We'll hit next and finish. So now as you drive along the road and get into our slope, you'll see we're now, and let me get out to just raise my boom up, or my stick here. So now we're at the top of the slope there, and then wherever we are along this side slope here, we should get a cut fill, and once we get that cut fill to 0, that should be our daylight point. So I've just brought up the project folder. So in all our Hemisphere software, the project folder is in the local C drive under data, and then the project name that you give it. And then inside I've sorted these by latest created. So we've imported a line work file and also 3 surfaces. The surfaces are just 3D tin faces, and then the line work is just the 3D line work. But here's the BS1 ramp. So every entity that Hemisphere creates, whether it's a topo or a localization, it creates these separate files independent of the main job file. This index is just controlling how these files interact with the current project. So the point being, I could take this BS1.ramp, copy it out of here, and then move it into another machine into that project folder, and I'll be able to use that exact same ramp with the side slope, so I don't have to recreate that in every machine. Similarly with the localization and the topo files, even if you want to take this, if you had a topo file with your control, you can move that topo file from machine to machine rather than having to take the whole file with you. So just that's where this ramp that we've created in the window here, you can simply take that file, you could delete it or copy it, like I said, to another machine. But just the way Hemisphere has done that, we write to all our files externally, which is excellent for sharing between not only Hemisphere systems but any other manufacturer, including Trimble, Topcon, etc. You can just take those DWG files directly to their software and import them, or the localization file will also import into many of those third-party manufacturers as well.